Dear students, let me at the very outset welcome you all to this series of lectures in the discipline Russian Studies. I am Professor Debal Dasgupta from the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, Vadodara, the principal investigator and the coordinator for this course, Russian Folklore and Ancient Russian Literature. The content contributors are Professor Nona Bobokidze and Dr. Anna Chikwaise from the Akaki Tsereteli State University, Kutaisi, Georgia, Professor Amar Basu and Dr. Preeti Das from the Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, Ms. Julie Thomas, Ms. Nikki Chaudhary and myself from the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. The lectures in this series have been presented by Ms. Anastasia Shmailka and Ms. Veronika Pilipenka from the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Spread over 36 modules, this course is titled Russian Folklore and Ancient Russian Literature, and the topics are organized logically to cover all major aspects required for understanding various trends and components of Russian folklore and early Russian literature. They have been offered especially with a view to developing an analytical approach while dealing with works of early Russian literature. The course begins with theoretical framework and a discussion on the peculiarities of such works of literature. It further attempts at defining and understanding different concepts, terminologies, various functions of folk literature, and different trends and movements. Ample examples have been cited and included along with accurate and topical discussions. Covered over a period of 15 weeks, the course includes thematic groupings of modules clubbed together to maintain parity between topics. The contents primarily encompass conceptual framework, folkloric genres, historical background, classification, generic divisions, and the like, and conclude with famous works of early Russian literature like The Lay of Igor's Host, A Journey Across the Three Seas, and others. The lectures have been offered along with appropriate discussions as well as tasks to make it lucid and easily comprehensible for the students. The syllabus has been designed to have parity with the syllabi of those at national and international levels. Adequate care has been taken to maintain clarity and lucidity so that listeners understand the target language speech easily, especially as it is accompanied with a complete transcription of the lectures. It is expected that aspirants desirous of joining this program as a whole or selecting some courses as a part of one's PG program of studies in any institution should have the minimum knowledge of Russian language and literature, equivalent to that of BA with Russian or a graduation degree in any other subject, along with a minimum of 2 years diploma in Russian or equivalent qualification from a recognized academic institution. The objectives basically are to impart knowledge in the discipline at post-graduation level. It is also expected that students having completed the course will not only be aware of the major concepts of folkloric theory and interpretation, but should also be able to develop an analytical mind to critically examine works of folk literature covered under the syllabus. They should also be able to understand other works which have been suggested additionally in the assignment sections. To conclude this short overview for the course, I should like to acknowledge that many of the illustrations incorporated into the discussions are drawn by our own students from the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda.